section right here?
I would probably be doing fairly similar. Looking to get, because you can see a lot of stalkers are coming out, and also some immortals are coming out. So you probably want to be seeing definitely some marines, marauders. There's no real air units coming out for each side, so would like to have seen maybe a couple of banshees. But if he's going for heavy marine marauder, that's probably gonna be good. For the Protoss, I would like to probably be seeing some Colossus, just to try and tear down those marines and marauders a bit. Maybe even some High Templar if you can get them.
Just to kind of mix things up a little bit, and maybe try and push the pressure back a little bit, which is, they always say the attack is the best form of defense, so...
Exactly, and that's very true in StarCraft. Sometimes you want to defend, but majority of the time, if you can always defend from the enemy's base, so you can keep them choked. Or if you know they're going to be early pressure like Zerg, then sometimes it's best to defend in your own base. But at the moment, I'd like to be seeing either the Terran or Protoss starting to advance a little bit, maybe get a bit of map control. And I think actually you can see just on the left-hand side on the mini-map, the Terran has got another expansion going down, so that could be huge.
Jim, I've got another question here for you, and I'm not going to let you wriggle out of this one. I know it puts you on the spot, which I find very, very funny. And this is from Paul from New York. Now, Paul says, Jim, I recently... Paul says, Jim, I recently sold my dad's antipsychotic medication to buy a decent gaming controller. However, now I'm thinking I should sell more of his stuff and buy a gaming keyboard instead. Can you recommend a good gaming keyboard? I don't make these up, Jim. They come in, they're genuine.
There's plenty of gaming keyboards you can find on the internet. Probably want to get yourself a cheap one if you can't really afford.
Jim, we've got some pretty big movement right here.
Yeah, this could be huge. The siege tanks are sieged. You want to see the immortals targeting the siege tanks because they do a lot of damage to them. It's going to be close here. It's going to be very close. But I think just the marines and marauders and the sheer amount of marines are going to take down the immortals right there.
So here we go. So this is just kind of a standoff right now.
Yeah.
It's going to blast away.
Quite a big bio army at the moment for the Terrans, so it looks in the advantage at the moment. They're still seeing immortals come out, but compared to immortals versus marines just pierce through that extra armor that they've got. It's really nice.
Now, Jim, I've seen you before. I think you've defended a siege for about 48 hours once when you pressed the pause on the game and you refused to continue until the person let you win. Is there any way back, though, at this stage?
I'm sure there's other ways to do it apart from pressing pause. There's plenty of ways you could get back from it. You can see a lot of marines are coming out to try and deal with those stalkers, but it's not necessarily over yet for the Protoss. It's still fairly even. They both have used a lot of units, but you can see Thors coming out. They're going to be able to eat through stalkers quite nicely. A couple of SCVs to repair them would be quite nice. But yeah, you can see the rally points at the moment for Lynq are a little bit off. He's rallying straight through those stalkers.
So, okay, so at the moment it's still fairly even in your opinion?
Yeah, I would say Red's slightly ahead, purely because he's starting to get that, his harvesters saturating each area, whereas Blue has still not quite got his harvesters saturated at the top.
For me, I'm still waiting to see Blue really haven't tested the waters at all. They haven't brought the fight to Lynq's doorstep. I'd quite like them to start to take things up a little bit.
Yeah, a nice little push from them would probably do quite well. You can see they're getting thermal lance, so that's going to be very nice for their Colossus. Unfortunately, the transition for Lynq looks as though he's going to Thor, so maybe Colossus might not be the best best unit to go for, but he does need a way to try and tear through those bio units.
Okay, and as we go through now,
I think we're seeing a push from blue. Just
here we go. Yeah,
right.
here we go. This could be crucial right here.
You can see Lynq doesn't actually see what's going on. He doesn't see the expansion. Here we go. There's a nice push from blue. It's probably, yeah, he's retreating, rightfully retreating. I wouldn't have stayed there myself to find out what happened on that.
No.
You can see both enemies we've just switched from them. They both don't know about their ninja expansions at the top. So they're both very much thinking they're working off of two bases. You can see Lynq's got plenty of resources. He can just start pumping out those Thors, but he really needs to get spending all those minerals he has. Just build some Marines, build some Marauders, get some Thors out, and do a nice push.
Okay, it's a nice position to be in when you've got a lot of resources, and you can kind of pretty much start to build what you need.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to be keeping those resources down as much as possible. But if you've got plenty coming in, then obviously you're going to be fairly comfortable with expanding or buying new units.
Absolutely, it's a great view for us to be able to see what the other people can't see, if that makes sense. So we can see these two other bases that you talked about, and obviously they can't quite see what's going on with the other person fully. So
yeah, we can see that they've both got those expansions at the top. Whether they'll get found out eventually, they must get found out, because at some point you're going to be thinking, well, how are they still building units without actually having any minerals? But you can see Lynq has got one. The Colossus has got one of one upgrades, and then the Thor has got one of one the weapon upgrade, just waiting for probably armor to be done. I believe the Marines and Marauders are just researching upgrade 2 at the moment, so this is going to be interesting.
Lynq has got a pretty huge troop of units right now that he's just kind of waiting on the doorstep.
He's got a couple of maybe just 1 or 2 siege tanks in there, a nice amount of Thors, some Marauders, and you can see a lot more coming in, just constantly going to be queuing those into a certain unit. This is huge. He needs to. Yeah, you can see the Colossus is trying to burn through.
Yep.
He really needs to focus fire these Colossus tanks. They're causing huge. You can see they're dead already. This is absolutely huge. He's going to tear through this army like nothing.
This is it.
He's just disappeared.
There's no way back.
Unless he really pulls out some serious units, it's going to be very difficult from here.
Here we go, pushing right up towards the main base now.
This is it. The expansion's been completely destroyed. Just moving through, destroying the pylons. It's probably a good game from here. I mean, you can see one Zealot is there, but he's rightfully built a planetary fortress just to defend from any sneaky little attacks. There's the good game.
Done. Perfect. Jim, thank you for joining me. Thank you for putting up with my usual shenanigans, and there'll be plenty more on our next cast. Cheers, guys.